Shalom and welcome to another edition of our Daily Bread, a Messianic Torah. And this week's Parashat is the 12th Parashat of the book of Bereshit, also called Genesis, and it's called Vayechi, which means and he lived. In this week's Parashat, these series are a series of living the Parashat. It's a short 5-minute video where we take a segment or something out of the Parashat and then we convert it and show how we can live that out today. This way, these words are not just something of the past, but when you can actually live the Torah, then it makes it even more relevant, and it ensures that you understand it, and it will give you a personal connection to the Torah. So we start off with this one is called Reassuring Your Parents. And in this week's Parashat, we see that Yosef presents his sons to Israel, or Yaakov, and he said that he didn't even think he would see Yosef's face, but now he's seen his seed also. And so out of this, what we see is this is a very important thing that for some people their parents have already died, and some people still have their parents. But it's easy to get so distracted that we don't really share the lives of our children with our parents, which is their grandparents. And you know, most people love, that's something that they love being grandparents, because they get to see their kids, their sons grow up and see them develop. And I'd say make a strong effort towards that. Make sure that they're a part, because there's great reassurance for that parent to see that not only is their son or daughter doing well, but their sons' are doing well. And that's not just about saying, here's a picture of the kids and all this and that, but if your parents study the Torah, get together and have the kids learn the Torah from their grandpa. Sometimes a lot of people are first generation, their parents weren't observers of the Torah, but show them, spend the time with your kids and show them as they talk about the Torah and they teach the things of God. Share it, make a video, have your kids make a video and share that with their grandparents, so that even if their grandparents aren't Torah observant, maybe they're Christian or they're not religious at all, at the end of the day it doesn't matter. They can see that their generations, their sons are standing for God and are standing and are learning it and understanding it, and that it's a part of their life. It's not something you have to tell them. You can show them. Let them have that relationship. One of the great blessings is that you have time with your parents. Don't blow that. As I've said in other messages, don't blow that and not utilize that. Make time for your parents. Go spend time with them. Enjoy it. And most importantly, spend time in the Word of God with them. That's going to be a big deal. And then, you can teach your children, which you should be doing, the Torah. But if your grandparents can teach them, get as much of that as you can while you can. Because they're going to grow up, and so maybe your kids are young, and they only know their grandparents, for a little bit. And it was when they're young, and they're older, they don't have that relationship. If you have grandparents, and even if you have older children and they have grandparents, really make sure that relationship, it's about utilizing that time that you have in having those conversations and those Bible studies together as a family. And if that's not possible, maybe your kids are too young or you don't even have kids yet, but you still have your parents. Get together with them. Study the Torah. Record it on video or audio. We have technology that can do that. I mean, how great will it be when your kid, who's either not born or is a little kid, and now your dad's passed away and they're dead, and now your son's 10 years old, and you can pull out that recording of your father talking about the Torah or God or the Parashat or whatever, and share that and pass that on, so that your son's getting 2 generations of teaching. I mean, what a treasure that would be. There's no excuse for it other than laziness. So we have the technology. Spend the time studying with your parents. Make that connection strong. Maybe you're helping teach them because they didn't know. Display it, whether they get it or they don't get it. Do that and get your kids involved, and use technology where you can. Till next time, I'm going to say Shalom.